What is up, YouTubes? It's your boy Spirit Wave, and I'm here with a special video today. Today, we've got a One Piece deck list. Yes, you heard it. And it's my favorite character in One Piece. I said I was going to play this leader even if he was ass. His name is Usopp. So, this video goes out to all my Usopp players out there and all my people, all my warriors out there. Um, I told myself I was gonna make this video if I got first place at locals, which, not to brag, has happened before, but I know that this format is new and everybody's looking for deck lists and different texts for their decks for different matchups and whatnot. So I just want to help you guys out, help the community out. No one's probably gonna watch this video, but those of you who found or find this video, this should help you out a little bit. And maybe you can help me out a little bit. It's the beginning of the format. There's still a lot of room for growth. And yeah, I'm just going to hop into the deck list. So, um, I don't even think I need to explain it, but I'll just explain it for those who might be interested in Usopp and you don't play the game, you're just interested in the One Piece TCG. So I'll just show you the Usopp. I'm just gonna show you guys the cards like this because I don't have like a top down view. I wish, maybe in the future we'll have that. But this is Usopp, and I'll read it for you guys. It says, all your Dressrosa type characters with a cost of two or more gain plus one cost. So remember that. Make sure to remember that in your matches because I forgot that going against Black Yellow Luffy, and he KO'd my Cavendish, which I thought was a four cost, but in actuality it was a five cost at the time. So remember your effects because if you don't remember your effects or announce your effects, you don't get your effects. So just something to remember. And the rest of his effect goes opponent's turn once per turn. This effect can be activated when your Dressrosa type characters, which is your whole deck, is removed from the field by your opponent's effect or KO'd. If you have five or less cards in your hand, draw one. Okay. So first, I'll just go over the 2Ks first. I run 12 2Ks. I don't really, just from a deck building perspective, I don't like to move from 12 2Ks. Or sorry, so I think I'm at 12. I was going to say, I'm at 12. In this deck, though, I was thinking about going down to 11. You filter so much in this deck that you always have 2Ks. But I'll be honest, in my last game, if I don't draw into a 2K, I still win, but it was helpful that I drew into a 2K. But anyways, a lot of people are running four of these Sabos. I'm running them at two. Really good card. Really good card. Basically, it protects your field. It protects your. If someone were to remove one of your Dressrosa characters with an effect, Sabo will just bounce to your hand. So I'd say this is a good card to play. Like if you know someone's about to play like seven drop Beckman or they're about to play 10 drop Shanks, the one that KOs. If you know something like that is coming up, it's good to play him out on your Rebecca turn, just to protect your big bodies. So you can protect like your Kiros or your Luffy just by and then they're bouncing a 2K essentially back to your hand. So much value there. I haven't been able to do it in a match yet, but just from what I've seen, really good. So I mean, you can run four of those, but I'm running split. I'm running two of those and two of Gyats. Yes, two of Gyats. I run two of Gyats. I haven't been able to use him yet, but a one cost, one Dawn to for one of your characters to attack actives is really good in my opinion. I mean, even if you tell me I'm wrong, I still think it's really good. I mean, you sometimes you're in pickles where you just need to, for instance, like against Smoker, green, red, green smoker, they like to keep that Tashigi. They will keep that Tashigi active that protects their board until they don't have to. So if you can play Gyat, swing into the Tashigi, remove the Tashigi because there's only 4,000 power, so you could swing like six and put one down in your leader, swing six into Tashigi, and then you can remove like one of their big bodies that they were hiding behind. They were hiding the big body behind the Tashigi. So there's just a little I'm just gonna keep going down the list, but I'm gonna throw in reasons why you should run the card as I'm going. So that's four 2Ks. Run four of Bar. I just call him Bartolomeo. Just a standard 3 cost blocker. Um, Something that you can play off of Frankie. We'll get into that. One of the best cards in the deck I run 4 of the Toy Soldier. Um, His effect says you may trash this character, give up to one of your characters, opponent's characters -3 cost. So good. It's a 2K, and you would be surprised how many times that I play this out to minus something. Yeah, some people run Tempest Kick, which I might entertain in the future. I don't think Tempest Kick is bad at all. You're drawing one and you're minusing something by 3. But Dressrosa package has so much. Like, you can say what you want about Dressrosa. You can say it's ass. You can say whatever you want. But Dressrosa has some of the most reduction I've seen in any deck. That's between Lucci or Gecko, whatever the case may be. Any deck that minuses that's black, I've never seen a deck that can has so much minus power. Between one of the best cards I'm going to get into later, I won't spoil it, and this patch. I think his name is Patchwork. You can look into it. Dressrosa card starts with name starts with patch. So that's it for the 2Ks. 12 2Ks there. We'll just hop into the 1Ks. So for 1Ks, I was just talking about my secret tech card. Not really secret. People were running it in Rebecca, but I think it's one of the best cards, and it will help you with a lot of matchups, especially when there are decks that are trying to go tall against you. You run 3 of these. I run 3. A lot of people are running them at 2 or not at all. But I think this is one of the best cards in your deck. Because for instance, with Orlumbus, for the most part, you're always gonna have like a Leo or like a 1 cost Rebecca on the field. For the most part. So you're always gonna, and if you leave it active, no one's gonna really use resources to KO your 1 cost. They don't care about it. So you can leave that 1 cost up, play Orlumbus, and you can get rid of like an 8 cost with Zoro, or you can get rid of literally anything if you have Orlumbus set up and then you play Toy Soldier and Gravity Blade or Zoro, you can KO anything for the most part. So that's just something to think about, You can literally Orlumbus -4 kid KO him with Zoro. For 4 Dawn, if you already had Orlumbus set up. Because if you just leave him active, that's literally just -4 you're getting just because he's on the field. Because most people aren't going to know to remove Orlumbus. They're not thinking about Orlumbus. They're thinking about your Rebecca, your Kyros, your Luffy. They're not thinking about Orlumbus. So you can leave Orlumbus active, and then you can just literally you can play a 1 cost Leo or Rebecca, search your deck, KO them because they've done their job. You're getting so much value, -4 or something, and then Gravity Blade or Zoro. There's just so much value with their Lumbus. That's why I'm running 3, and it helped me a lot today in my matches. Um, Next, I'll go for Frankie. I'm running 3 of Frankie. A lot of people are running 4. I mean, that's something I might entertain in the future is going up to 4. Um, but something I believe is that a lot of people are running a lot of blockers in Usopp. Like, you'll see how much blockers I'm running. I'm running 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm running 10 blockers. So I'm running 10 blockers, but I see some people running more than 10, and like, yes, if you block for free and you have 5 cards in your hand, which you're trying to stay at 5 or less cards to get your leader effect. If you block, you draw a card. But why are we running so many blockers are we running so many blockers just to block forever and draw forever? I mean, it's the same thing with Cavendish, which I'll get into, but I'm kind of ranting, so I'm gonna move on to the next one case. I run 4 of this Rebecca, 1 cost Rebecca, pretty standard. I run 4. A lot of people are going down to 2 and 3. I run 4 because I want to search through my deck to find my stage as quick as possible. Like, I want my opening to hand to have Leo and to have Rebecca, preferably both, because I'm trying to mill through my deck to find my stage as quick as possible. Because this deck feels terrible without the stage. With the stage, tier one. Some might say tier 1.5. I say tier one. Tier one with stage. Without stage, it's like tier two. The deck sucks without stage. It's so hard to play without stage, in my opinion. In my opinion. So that was Frankie. Running four of Leo or Leo, however you want to pronounce it. One of the best cards in the deck, literally. Rest stage or leader. Search top five for two Dressrosa and discard one. And essentially it's kind of a draw too sometimes because sometimes you'll be bricked up and have stage in hand. You'll have stage on field and stage in hand already, so you're basically drawing two and ditching your dead card. So Leo, however you want to pronounce it, he's one of the best cards in the deck. Like I was talking about blockers, I run three Ideo. I run three of them. I used to run four. I don't. I might entertain going up to four again because I like to go first. So, in a perfect world, I like to go first. One Dawn, play stage. Second turn, play Leo. Second turn, play Leo. Well, I don't even have to play Leo, honestly, on turn two. Turn two, I like to swing six with lead and then play Ideo as a blocker for turn two. So then you're getting a free block and you're drawing one. So that's why I like Ideo, and I might play four of him because I really like him as a turn two play a lot. I'm just running three because this deck is really tight, and you'll see as I keep going forward. It's a lot of it's a very tight deck. I run four of Rebecca. As you can see, one of the Rebeccas is missing. I borrowed two tonight, and my buddy has one waiting for me that I just have to pick up. But so I only have three at the moment, but I'm running four Rebecca. Obviously, Rebecca's like another gecko. Really good. It's really good. Feels good to play Rebecca into Kiros, into let's just say Sabo. Let's just say Rebecca, Kiros into Sabo. Because one, you're bouncing something on their board that's five or less. And let's just say you had Orlumbus before the Rebecca play. You can minus four to something, literally bounce multiple things. Let's just say eight drop kid. You can bounce eight drop kid back to their hand, swing or bounce the Tashigi back to their hand, swing into the kid, and then your Kiros is protected from KOs the next turn. So I don't know. That's just something you can think about. Um, Bouncing something with Kiros. I played against Dofi today. Bouncing a card and swinging into their arrested feels really good when you have stage. So just something to think about. I'm just kind of all out of order. I think I've showed you guys all the cards with counter. So now I'm gonna show you guys all the bricks. So I'm gonna move over all the bricks together. I don't like to run more than 14 bricks. 14 is like the number, like for deck building wise, that I kind of stand by. I think I might be running like 15 right now bricks, but I'll count right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think I'm running 15 bricks, but the deck doesn't feel clunky because you're filtering a lot with Lee. I'm filtering a lot with Leo and Rebecca. A lot of people are running four of this card, the next card I'm getting into. A lot of people run four of Cavendish, but I run two. I feel like the deck becomes a little clunky when you try to go up to three and four of him. Just me personally. If you can find some way to fit him in there, be my guest. But the deck felt a little clunky when I tried to run three or more than 14 bricks. The deck starts to feel clunky, even with your filtering, in my opinion. So that's the first of the bricks. Obviously, we're running four stage. I think people who go down to three, less than four is crazy to me. You have to find stage. You can say you have all the filter in the world, but something I've realized is you can filter so much more efficient if you find stage. If you find stage, you can filter not only with Leo and Rebecca, but you can filter with your Cavendish. You can if your opponent has something rested, immediately you can play Cavendish, swing into it, filter if you have stage. If you don't have stage, you're just playing Cavendish on four and staring at your opponent, and it doesn't feel as good. I'm telling you, It doesn't feel good. So run four stage. I don't care what anybody says. If you don't get anything from this video, get this. Run four stage. Please run four stage if you're playing Usopp. Moving on. I run two Red Rock. Me and some buddies who are running Usopp, we kind of were theory crafting, and we went with the two Red Rock, two Gravity Blade uh, split. But honestly, like I mean, Red Rock is really good against the Shanks matchup. But for my build, I might honestly run three Grav Blade, one Red Rock, or maybe cut Red Rock. I mean, Red Rock is really good. It's really I honestly I'll stay at two split. I can't entertain going up to three. If I go up to three Gravity Blade, I'm taking something else out. But I think two split is good. You play two Gravity Blade for almost every matchup in this format, especially with the Orlumbus and the minus effects, or Tempest Kick if you're running that. So you can minus almost anything and Gravity Blade it. And also, we're running Red Rock for the Teach matchup. I didn't see Teach tonight, but that's why we run two Red Rock. Because when I used to play Black Yellow Luffy, I ran two Raigo, and two Raigo felt good against Teach. If you had Raigo against Teach, it felt good. So, Red Rock is specifically for Shanks and Teach for their top end. Maybe even for Smoker and A Drop Kit. So, moving on. I run three Zoro. Three Zoro feels good. Call me crazy. A lot of people are running Zoro at four, which I want to try and make space for Zoro at four, but the deck just doesn't feel like it has space right now. Especially if you're trying to run two Gravity Blade, two Red Rock. A lot of people aren't running Gravity Blade or Red Rock, which is crazy to me in a blue deck. There's just certain cards in blue that are just I don't want to say they're standard, but they're just too good not to have. Gravity Blade, Red Rock. Some of you might entertain Pudding. I don't see anything wrong with trying to add one or two pet Pudding. I'd say at least two Pudding. I don't see anything wrong with that. If you're trying to run Pudding instead of Red Rock or Pudding instead of Gravity Blade, I don't see anything wrong with that personally. And I'm running three Kyros. Three Kyros. A lot of people running Kyros at four, but like I said, I'm running 15 bricks. I can count again 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Actually, 17 bricks. 17 bricks. So, like I said, I don't like the move from 14. 14, 15 is kind of pushing it, but 17, I'm running 17 and the deck still feels good. So, take that as you may. You're going to have to figure out your ratios, but I'm showing you guys this video so that you guys can get an idea of what your ratios should look like. But I think you really should maybe you can move to 11 2Ks. Like I said, I run 12 in all my decks. I feel like that's the standard unless you're playing like Lucci or something with like a bunch of removal where you can run 8 2Ks, which is kind of crazy, but it balances out. You sacrifice when you run less counter, you sacrifice that for more removal. So, but I feel like everything in moderation, you got to find that balance. So, like I said, I'm running three Kyros, and three Kyros feels fine. But now, I don't know if I showed you guys this card, but this is the last card to showcase the seven drop Luffy. This card helped me so much tonight in multiple matchups. I want to run him at two. I might 2-2 split with the Kyros, but that might be a little crazy. So I'm trying to think of something I can go down in. Maybe Rebecca, even though I don't like it. But I mean, maybe I can go down to three Rebecca. But this card right here, a lot of people are running it at two. I think two is good. Some might even make the argument for three. This card is so good. There was a turn where my opponent had one life and no blocker up. I just said, and I was at Tendon, I said 17, restand 17. Good game, like just stuff like that. And it really helped me out against Smoker. Being able to swing into actives and just being able to swing the turn it's played is so good. So good. So I'm running this card at one right now. But honestly, the people who are running at two are doing something right. Because definitely what you run into with my version of the deck is you're milling so much is you start to run out of cards in your deck. So honestly, I want to go up to this card in two because you want to see this card to be able to put cards back in your deck because sometimes the game goes that long. I had two games where literally like I was almost decking out because I was milling so much between Orlumbus and Leia, Rebecca, and whatever else, Zoro. So, um, to end it, like Usopp is a deck with a lot of removal. I mean, blue and black is known for removal. I was around in the Sakazuki days at the end, but that's when I started playing. So when I started playing, Sakazuki was about to get banned, and everybody was playing Gecko mainly. So, but I've heard about Sakazuki, and the combination between blue and black is considered the best combination because it has so much removal. So I'd recommend, obviously, like I said, running two Gravity Blade, at least two. I would even entertain going up to three, like I said. Just some things to take away so I can wrap everything up. Um, I'm thinking about trying to run for Frankie, but like I said, why are we running so many blockers? You know, you can only block and draw forever. You know, the deck has to be going somewhere. This is a tempo deck. It has removal, but it's about tempo. I don't believe when I think of tempo, I don't think setting up a blocker and just drawing a card. Like, yeah, that's pretty cool, but you want to see your curve. You want to see you want to see Leo, you want to see Stage, you want to see Ideo, you want to see Orlumbus or Cavendish, depending on the situation, or Zorro. Those are the three cards you want to see next, and then you want to see Rebecca, and then after Rebecca, you want to spam Rebecca's if you can. I've only really resolved one or two Rebeccas, but if you can spam Rebecca's or Kiros's, Kiros is one of the best cards to spam. I know I only run three, but in this format, being especially against Smoker, being able to bounce their banished Smoker back to hand and swing into something rested is so good. So good. And it's really good against aggro decks because obviously everyone in red is going to try to aggro you down and kill you. I played against Red Luffy today and it was tough. I mean, I felt like I was in control the whole game, but as far as the aggro, I loved using Kiros to bounce one of their bricks back to their hand and swing into the other brick they had on board. It's like you can use your 5 or 4 Dawn to play it again next turn if you want. That's okay with me. You can keep playing the same card over and over as far as I'm concerned. I'm preventing you from going wide. And preventing your opponent from going wide is important in every card game. I'm pretty sure almost every card game player will tell you that. So, those are my thoughts. Like I said, let me know in the comments if you guys found this video helpful or if you plan on playing Usopp or if you just like Usopp from the anime. Just let me know some things in the comments. Anything I could possibly tech in and change. I'm open to ideas. But like I said, my matchups tonight were against Dofi, which actually was a harder matchup than I thought it would be because people say, "Oh, Dofi has such a great Usopp has such a great matchup into Dofi," and I'm a personal believer that all the people that say that Dofi's still good is cope, but a good Dofi player will actually still give you a run for your money. Even as with me playing Usopp, that was my best matchup, and it still came down to the wire. Um, I never felt a lot of pressure from Dofi, but we were just going back at each other, bouncing each other's stuff, and you know, just going wide and controlling each other's board. It was a fun matchup. Then I went against Luffy. Red Luffy started at 21, and it was about the same. We were just blowing up each other's boards back and forth. He's playing rushers, swinging into my board, getting rid of my board, and Gum Gum molding my board, controlling my board. I'm controlling his board with Orlumbus and Kiros. Like so. Excuse me. We were going back and forth, and I was getting kind of scared because I had milled this card, the one card I have in my deck to get cards back in my deck. I had milled it and I got down to like maybe like 7 or 8 cards in deck. So it got a little scary for a second, but we got it. And then we played against Red Green Smoker, which was a tough matchup, especially my brother's build. Man, he basically has it as an aggro deck with the Banished Tashigi and a few other good green cards. But man, it was so tough. But we were just going back and forth with each other, blowing up each other's boards. But I might be rambling. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments or any recommendations. And I wish you guys luck, all my fellow Usopp players. I hope to see you guys at like regionals and store tournaments, whatever the case may be. And it's been your boy Spearwave. Let me know if you guys want more videos like this. Peace.